Did you know that there are 3 glands that are not in the reproductive system that you may not be thinking about enough on your way to baby? I'm Natalie Pickering, for those of you who don't know me. I'm a natural fertility expert, and I help couples discover and overcome their obstacles to conception and to full-term pregnancy, and I celebrate with them when they're holding their happy, healthy babies. So back to these glands. The thyroid gland, the adrenal glands, and the pancreas are all instrumental in your healthy fertility, and particularly also often in healthy ovulation and in follicle quality. Do you feel like you're doing enough work and you've done enough investigation into those glands? Because I'm telling you, 95% of the patients that I look after here in clinic don't do that. So I'd like to do a little bit of an investigation, a little bit more chat into what you could be doing. So if we start with the pancreas does a few different jobs, but at the moment, if we focus on its blood sugar regulation role and its production of insulin, we need to make sure that we're avoiding insulin spikes, big ups and downs in insulin. And I would strongly suggest that this is something that you investigate further if you have any concerns or family history around your blood sugar management. If you are somebody who doesn't cope well with regular meals, who doesn't cope well with caffeine in the diet, with sugary food in the diet, and you'll often find yourself craving for sugary, sweet, stimulant foods, they are definitely pointers to look into your pancreatic function and look into the possibility of insulin resistance and unstable blood sugars. The next the next gland is the thyroid gland, which you'll know probably sits in your throat. The thyroid gland has a huge role in your metabolic rate, and it's sometimes overlooked in its role in ovarian health, ovarian response to the hormones sent by the brain to the ovaries. And it also has a role in progesterone production and progesterone responsiveness at the level of your cells, such as the cells in your uterine lining when we're trying to support implantation. The thyroid is very rarely investigated thoroughly. Quite often the only test that we have done is TSH, and TSH reference range in most labs is 0.5 up to 5. However, there is a very much tighter optimal reference range when you're trying to conceive and when you're having any sort of reproductive struggle, even when you're not trying to conceive, and that reference range is down to 0.5 to 2. So that's something to investigate or to check more thoroughly. But even more importantly, the TSH measurement really only measures how well the brain is functioning in its direction to the thyroid. It doesn't tell us enough about how much thyroid hormone is being produced. T3 and T4, free T3 to free T4, are both really important hormone levels to be testing, and yet here in Australia it is very rarely done. Sometimes we'll get T4, but often we don't, and we rarely get T3. Although I won't dive into this too deeply, it is also important here to check in on thyroid antibodies and to check in on your reverse T3 level, particularly if you have any question marks around your thyroid health. Okay, the last gland that I wanted to touch on briefly today are your adrenal glands. And your adrenal glands are little caps that sit on your kidneys. So you've got 2 of them. They're just at the base of your ribs and your back. And your adrenal glands produce several different hormones, important hormones, but if we focus on 2 just now, they produce DHEA and they produce cortisol. Now, cortisol spikes have been shown to impact on egg quality and also on implantation success, so we want to be avoiding cortisol spikes. And DHEA is such a fundamental hormone. It is sometimes used in IVF treatment because it's such an important base hormone that we need for healthy egg quality, and then for also healthy hormone production particularly of our progesterone and testosterone. So I just wanted to touch on these hormones and glands briefly to just get you thinking about whether or not your investigations and your knowledge of your body more holistically is enough to help you to overcome any obstacles to conceiving your healthy bub, to overcoming implantation issues, and to overcoming egg quality issues. These glands all need to be looked at carefully and discussed with a specialist. Okay, hopefully that's been helpful. If you've enjoyed what I've been sharing with you today, please give me a like or send me some questions and I'll be happy to answer them, and I'll see you soon. Have a great day. Bye.